Mitchell Cooper. We're a 140-year-old manufacturing company. We are product design and manufacturing and based in East Sussex. We are an international company. We spread to 66 different countries worldwide. And myself, I am Kat Cooper, who's one of the family members, and I'm the project director here.
I'm Tim Franklin, a management consultant working with Mitchell Cooper, and the challenges the company faced was increasing competitive threat in the marketplace, lack of price increases, in fact falling prices. Through that, the company decided to adopt continuous improvement working techniques, which they did in the last quarter of 2017, made some good initial improvements. But one of the challenges in particular was to understand just how productive the company was and how these improvements were impacting on the company's fortunes. There was a measurement system in place, which was a manual measurement system before, and in each of the assembly cells, the cell leaders or the teams would fill out a manual record. The records weren't kept entirely accurately, but one big thing is they didn't record the number of operators in the cell, so you could see the daily output, but you couldn't really see how productive they were in terms of each individual working in the cell. So first of all, the company had modified the form to include the number of operators. But what that meant was all of the data needed to be transcribed and analysed to be able to get some comparable results week on week, month on month, etc. Where we went from there with this particular project is to say, well, why don't we have an electronic form? We can install computer terminals in each cell on the shop floor, which would be really good for employees because they would show the company is investing in them as well and in technology on the shop floor. So what happened to start with is it was the team leaders who would then input the data for the cell output on each hour, as well as the number of operators working in the cell, because that could obviously flex up and down during times of different demand rates. And also what we added or incorporated was downtime, and not only the hours of downtime, but the reasons for downtime. What that meant was that it really cut down on the transcription and analysis, so we had virtually real-time results which we could share with the teams in the cells, which was obviously great for engaging the staff and getting them involved in further continuous improvement. So the type of feedback we would give them is to present them with graphs like this, which would show what the target is, how they're performing against target. And since this was started in June 18, you can see, I'm pleased to say, there's been an upward trend there in the productivity rates, and they're to be congratulated and praised for that. And then furthermore, we share with them the downtime. And when you look at downtime in percentage terms, then 10% downtime might not have a lot of meaning, but when you say to the teams, look, that meant 70 hours last month were not productive, then that does come as a bit of a shock and a motivator maybe to help them look at the reasons behind that and trying to improve. And to help them with that, we also total the reasons so they can actually focus on those reasons, talk amongst themselves and have improvement meetings in the cells and say, what can we do to try and target that? So that's where the company is at the moment.
MGP has supported our internal continuous improvement process, really. We were good at setting ourselves the challenges. We were good at instigating the continuous improvement projects, but actually making it stick with the staff, and that culture change was a challenge for us. So having someone like Tim on our books to sort of help us move forward with that and implement that change and to make it stick was crucial, and this is where MGP came in terms of the support with the funding, in terms of getting the consultancy into the building and helping us through that process. So that has been fantastic. We've had 3 grants made available to us, 2 which have been completed, 1 which is still in progress. We've had a number of jobs which have been created as a process of going through those projects, which has been fantastic to be able to support our local community as well. And we've also had some really good support from our representative, our local representative. So if there has been funding available, then our local representative, Robin, has been fantastic at coming to us and making us aware that there's funding available to push these projects forward. In terms of performance improvement, so we've seen a lot of support from the staff. We've certainly seen that cultural change come through, and it's ongoing. We're starting to see massive change. We had huge demand from our customer base, which is a fantastic thing, obviously, but obviously it has its own challenges. So when we were faced with increased sales, we had to jump on it quickly, and to have the processes in the background set up to support that was invaluable. So in regards to the sales increase, we needed to increase our output by 30%, which obviously had its challenges. And with the cells working much more efficiently, we were able to optimise and understand what our true capacity was. Our true capacity is actually a lot higher than we are actually producing at this moment in time, so there's still some work to do, and there's still a long way to go. But we know how we've got plan of action as to how we're going to get there now. So it basically helped us to instigate those projects and push forward in the right direction to hopefully understanding exactly where the costs are, where the savings are, and where there are other opportunities with the projects. For example, I run the design department, and we have a number of design reviews throughout the year. One of the design reviews was on one of the products which we applied attention to, and out of that and out of the continuous improvement programme came a lot of items that we wouldn't necessarily have been made aware of. So it's continued to push communication throughout the company, which has been great. Give it a go. You've got nothing to lose, basically. We were approached, and after the first project, which seemed to be a relatively easy process to go through, and were surprised at how quickly we managed to implement our projects and how quickly we managed to turn that project around. MGP have been fantastic support, and like I said, our local advisor has come to us again and again with opportunities. So once you've done one, you'll probably hear about more funding, so it's well worth doing. The future for our business is very much new product development and making sure that we develop our homegrown brand, which is the Bonza brand. The company is Mitchell Cooper. We are a manufacturer and a distributor, but our heart is very much product development and new products. So we have recently opened up and made live our new R&D centre, which is right in the heart of the factory, and the heart of the company is very much to do with moving forward with our new product development. In regards to new product development, we are taking on and moving forward very much in electrical products, which is a new area for us. We are still manufacturing mechanical products, but electrical is a new area. So any support ongoing with new products and implementation of cells of a different nature, we would be very much welcome to support on. So we'll be looking to MVP.